foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad ain't pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, I make pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between our visitors and the Houston Texans. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And incomplete to open things up.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. They run on 1st down with Jackson. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And that'll set them back 5. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8.
Check 55, Mike. I got you. I got you. Hey, watch this.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. Dropped at the 35, but he was able to display the agility there. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. They'll sneak it with Taylor. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Taylor. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 22-yard line.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Now Jackson. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard
line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll have a first down past the... And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. A first down carry now for Miller. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth so far. 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Hey, 59! 52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
I got you, boy. Check. Fresno.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Texans nothing.
In your face.
That's complete to Cobb. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 13 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Watch the screen.
Off the play fake. Here's Taylor. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now they'll throw with Taylor. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at the 20.
Hey, he's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, slam. Check 37. Check 37.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And all the way down to the 39. A huge play there for Houston. 41 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 22 yards there, a 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the 1st down at a 21-yard gain. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. 4th down and on his Ty Long to punt. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They begin with a run by Miller. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
Your trip is here.
A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 11.
I'm not so crazy about where they decided to run that play, but I like the play itself because if you continue to run it and show it, you're going to create openings that you hope to exploit later in the game.
I'm going to come back to you.
He'll have a first down and more past the 20. A big play there on the option. 48 yards. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there. Get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Completes it to Miller. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They go play action here on first down. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Taylor from the gun, he'll throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Taylor. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And that'll make it 3rd down. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Again, it's Taylor. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, it's Taylor. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC wild card matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wild card game. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 31, Watson, caught by Cobb. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. It's caught inside the 25. But he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. After the penalty, it's Miller. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Watch the out. Check three.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Shoot.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Taylor under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Lawson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Taylor. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw.
It's caught at the 10. It's a big one there for the Chargers, and even 40 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game, and if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Throwing again, it's Taylor. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Benardrick McKinney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They run with Jackson out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Kendrick Bourne there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
At the 21-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And the Texans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. He's coming. We got double up.
Watson with a give to Miller. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a trunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
He's checking credit. Patchy. Motion.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. That one good for 33 and a first.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
3 down. Mike one. Hey, watch the slant. Here we go.
Here's Taylor to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dontari Poe, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And it's complete. Henry. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
First down, Chargers.
Here we go. So we got man. Hey, check Mike. Echo. Bend it.
Now Taylor operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Taylor. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for L.A. And even 40 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got it? Someone cover it.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Now Taylor. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry, 26 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
Put the boys down, he's coming.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
He can run for it, and he will. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Chargers' 37-yard line.
Set. Get 18. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Set. You're 18. Choose the mic. Danny. 50, choose the mic. Watch Mike. You better be afraid of me.
They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. And that knee will do it. Can't stop the clock defensively, so they protected their home field, got the victory in the wild card round.
And rewarded their home crowd. They came out in force for this one, really supported them throughout the year, and boy, they were something special in this one. And maybe it's their last home game, and if so, they sent them out with a great visual, didn't they?
Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
And the goal was to not just get to the wild card game, which they did, but to win it. And so now, how negative do you look at that? They got there, had an opportunity, and for some teams, they have to lose games like this before they learn how to win them in later seasons.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.